Hi guys. So I hope everybody's having a good evening. It's almost 12 o'clock here my time, so um, my day's just kind of winding down. So we're going to do a little discussion, or I'm going to talk a little bit about divination. First off, I just want to let everybody know that whatever I say to you on here, whether it be information or advice or anything in general that I tell you on any topic, if you don't feel that what I say is correct, that's fine, because everybody has their own path. What I say and what you could read in a book, they'll contradict each other. I've read so many books that one thing could say one thing and then another thing could say another thing, but it doesn't really matter. It's all what you believe. But this is just a basis and a starting point. So if you don't agree with what I have to say, that's fine. Do your own research. I would suggest you do it anyway, even with whatever I tell you. Go ahead and do your own research. Check out books at your local library or get on the internet. My go-to book for everything that I do is The Solitary Witch by Silver Ravenwolf. The ultimate book of shadows for the new generation. I love this book. It has almost everything in it that you could ever think of. That if you don't know, it's got correspondences in here. It's got it's got spells, and it's got chants, and it's got everything. Everything. I mean, it's flippin' huge. Okay, I use this all the time. I keep very good care of my books, though. But only my hands and my husband's hands get to touch my books. But I love this book. It's my go-to book. I use it for everything. But I did pull aside some of the divination items that I own. I don't actually use them all. One of them is brand new. I actually have my crystal ball I get to show you. But I tend to stick with my pendulum more than anything. That's what I use the most. But I have a couple of tarot decks. I have my crystal ball that I just got. I have two sets of ruins. I have the original set, and then I also have a witch's set, which is only 8 stones, not your traditional larger set. But there are so many forms of divination. You've got crystal ball, you've got numerology, astrology, pendulum, ruins, dream work. There's just so many. Scrying. Trying to think if there's any more. There's so many. But the few that I tend to stick with, like I said, is the crystal ball, the ruins, the pendulum, and tarot. The crystal ball is the newest to me. Like I said, I have a couple of tarot decks, but I don't use them all that well because I have a hard time understanding tarot. Maybe if I took some classes on it, I'd be a lot better. But I just haven't gotten around to it yet. All in good time. So I'll show you a couple of things that I have. I didn't bring out my big set of ruins because they're actually pieces of wood that have been cut from a piece of Alaskan willow, and my pieces are like this big. They're monstrous pieces, and I didn't want to pull them out because there's just so many. But I do have a set. But the ones I like a little bit better are my witch's ruins. Witch's ruins, there are 8 stones, like I said, and the symbols are a little different too. I'll just show you a couple. I had these made for me They were not made for me. They were given to me as a gift. But you can actually get one of those parchment sheets that have the description and the meanings on them for the Witch's Ruin. Like I said, it's in the other room. I should have brought it out too, but I just wanted to show you guys the stones. And then this is my new crystal ball that I got. Most everything that I try to use is quartz. This is rose quartz. And if a lot of people doesn't know this, but you can go online on eBay and look up crystal balls, and there's a lot of them out there that are glass and not crystal. So you need to really be careful when you go to order something from eBay when it comes to crystal balls, especially if it's like 110 millimeter for like 60 bucks. You know that's not crystal. But another easy way to tell, if you don't already know, that is if you look through an actual crystal ball, if the image is upside down, see, I'm upside down, that means it's crystal. If this was glass, it would be right side up. I would be right side up. This picture would be right side up. That's one way to tell if it's a knockoff, so to say. But this I got at that that metaphysical shop that I had talked about in my last video, the House of Ravenwood. It came in its own little case. Wow, thing's still on it. Oops. And then it comes with its little thing, but I don't want to leave it out on my altar because of my daughter. She really likes it. She wants to play with it. She likes it. It's a ball. And then this is what I use the most. I use my pendulum. My pendulum is also quartz. Just clear quartz. This is my pendulum. I have a lot of energy in this. I've had this for nearly 10 years. I use this a lot, and well, yeah. So that is what I use the most. I just have a better connection with this than I do any of the other things. So that's just me. But that's what, like I said, everybody will find their own way. A lot of people like to scry through a mirror. But you can actually scry through a lot of things. You can scry through a mirror. You can scry through a black television screen. You can also scry through a black computer screen. So you don't necessarily have to get a mirror and black it out. You can, because you'd be putting your own intent into it. But it's not absolutely necessary. But a lot of people like to use is the tarot. I have 2 sets of tarot. Like I said, I don't really use it all that much because I don't really understand it all that well yet. But I have 2 sets. I have the original set, the Universal. A lot of people probably have these. This is like the first set that I had ever received. Oh, I actually have 3 sets of tarot. I have 3 sets of tarot. I forgot about the other set that I have. I have this original set. I have a shapeshifter set, which has helped me find a couple of my animal totems when I did use it when I first got it. But the set that I'm trying to learn on is the Fairy Wicca Tarot. That's the one I'm trying to learn on. It comes with its own little book. Most of them do. They come with their own little book. So yeah, those are the things that I have. Now to talk a little bit about them. Well, let's see. It is a little dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. You can open up gateways to things that you don't want near you. So before you go do any scrying at all, you want to make sure that your intentions are good. You don't want to have any negativity at all when you go to start any type of divination work, because it could lead to something that's not the best thing. especially a Ouija board. I will not have a Ouija board in my house. They just kind of freak me out a little bit. Now I know a Ouija board and a pendulum board, they look very similar, but Ouija boards are so mass produced. They're not, you can buy them at a department store in the game section. It's just mass produced, and it doesn't have any real meaning to it, to me. But a pendulum board is a little different, because most of them are handcrafted, or especially if you make them yourself. And so that's why I won't touch a Ouija board. I just won't do it. It just brings bad vibes to me. Even just saying the word Ouija board, it just brings bad vibes. I just don't go there. I don't go there. But there's probably people out there that have, good interactions with them. So, I mean, that's just me. But all divination is really the same. It just depends on how you want to go about it. So, I don't really know how much more in depth you want me to go. I will put a couple of links in the description bar about different websites that you can go to do your own research. Stop off at your local library and pick up some books. I know my local library has all kinds of books on divination. And just type in divination into Google and you can find hundreds of thousands of links, I'm sure. So, I mean, like I said, whatever I tell you, do your own research, because it's always going to be different for you, to me, to this person, to that person. It's always going to be different. Everybody's going to have their own path and find their own way. And, so yeah, if you have any more suggestions on things that you want to see, or if you want any tags done, I see a bunch of tags going around YouTube right now. So if you see any tags that you want done, just let me know. I'm going to try and do videos once a week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays maybe, so it'll give me plenty of time to get stuff together and show you what I can. So, yeah, I think that's... Oh, I wanted to show you the wand. This is my altar behind me. This is the wand my husband picked up the other day when I was talking to you about our trip to House of Ravenwood. This is the wand my husband picked up. It's so pretty. I love it. It's so pretty. It's got the crystal sphere at the top, crystal point at the bottom. This is wood, and there's a copper core that runs through the middle. And it's for my husband, but I have good vibes with it too. My wand is just a simple little stick right now. I haven't really done anything to it, but it's off of my, I got the stick off of my my huge oak tree that's out in my yard. So that was my husband's one. I just had to show you from the other day. So, yeah, okay. I think I'm going to wrap it up. YouTube has a time limit, and I think I've gone over it already. So, yeah, just if you want anything for me to talk about, just let me know. Send me a message on Facebook. Leave me a message here on YouTube. Either or is fine with me. Alright, so have a good night, and as always, blessed be.